Good afternoon to everyone. I am Meenu Agarwal, Assistant Professor in Biotechnology Department. Welcome you all in Faculty Development Program on Pedagogy, Effective Teaching and Learning for Faculty, organized by Department of Biotechnology and IET, sponsored by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Technical University. Now, I'd like to introduce our second speaker for the day, Dr. Renu Solanki. Dr. Renu Solanki is working as Assistant Professor, Zoology Department, Deen Dayal Upadhyaya University of Delhi and MSc from Department of Zoology, University of Delhi. She has done PhD from University of Delhi in 2013. She has many research papers and articles in peer-reviewed national and international journals of repute to her credit. Her area of interest includes cell and molecular biology, microbial technology, molecular phylogenetics. She also holds several academic and administrative positions within her institution. We welcome you, ma'am. Kindly share your thoughts with us.
Thank you, Meenu. A very good afternoon to all. Myself, Dr. Renu Solanki, Assistant Professor and Teacher in Charge, Department of Geology, Deen Dayal Upadhyaya College. First of all, I congratulate organizers and all the faculty members of Noida Institute of Engineering and Technology for organizing this online faculty training program for the upgradation of teaching fraternity. I am thankful to the organizers for inviting me as a resource person in this faculty training program. My special thanks to Dr. Rashmi Mishra and Dr. Pankaj Kumar Tyagi. So let's start the presentation. Is my screen visible?
Yes,
Hello.
ma'am, it is
Okay.
visible. Yes, it is visible.
My topic of presentation is Introduction to Features of PowerPoint for Effective Teaching. In my talk, I will cover the following topics, including creating text-only slide, text formatting, changing font type, color size, etc. Smart Art, which is an important feature of PowerPoint, inserting tables, graphs, shapes, models, images, and video in the PowerPoint. Then I will talk about insertion of the hyperlinks and the use of PowerPoint for creating animations. So let's start. Open the Microsoft PowerPoint. If it is already open, as in my case, then we will go to the file and we'll open the new presentation. The first slide which will come, it is known as the title slide, and here we will write the title. For instance, if I will type over here as pedagogy and here the name of the presenter, as in my case. So this is the text. We can do a lot of things with the text. For example, if I want to change the type of the text, I will go from here and I will choose any type of the text. I can increase and decrease the font size of the text from here. I can change the case of the text from here. So we can change it to the sentence case, lower case, as we can see, or we can change it to the uppercase also. So we can highlight the text by using this option, and we can choose the color of for highlighting. Also, we can change the color of the text itself. For example, if it is this is the black and I want to change it to the red color. So I will select the text and then I will choose the color. It will change the color of the text. So first of all, what we should do, we should select the design, and if I will go to the design, these options will come in the PowerPoint. So I can click on this one, I can choose the text which I want. But in the case of the latest versions of the Microsoft PowerPoint, the PowerPoint itself will suggest some of the designs, as we can see in the right hand side. So this is about the creating the title slide. The first slide of the PowerPoint is known as the title slide. So now I am coming back to my presentation. So this is about the how we can type the text, we can change the text format, how we can change the font type, size, its color. Now come to the second section of my presentation, which is the Smart Art. Smart Art is very useful tool of the Microsoft PowerPoint presentation. So for the changing the content to the Smart Art, we should have some we should have some text. So I insert a new slide. We can insert the new slide by clicking on the new slide. This is known as the layout. If we will see over here, it will show the different types of the layout, and we can choose any type of the layout according to our need. For example, in this case, I want the layout to blank layout. So I will click on the blank. So for the Smart Art, we should have some text. Let's type some text. If we talk about the tools which can be used for the online meeting, so we will write tools for online meeting. To make the organizational chart, our text should be in the bulleted form, and we can insert the bullet from here. So if I will write, and I will choose the bullet from here, this one. So the tools which can be used for the online meeting are Microsoft Teams, as we are using, then Google Meet, sorry, Google Meet, then we can have Zoom. Now, if we want to change this simple text to the Smart Art, what will we do? We will select this text and we will go to the insert, and it will show the various options. It will show the Smart Art. From the Smart Art, it will show various options. So I can take any type of art. For example, I want to show the hierarchy by this one. So I will click on this one. So you see that this will be converted into the Smart Art. Sorry. This one, we use it to the Smart Art, and we will type. So you see that the simple text has been converted to the Smart Art. Along with the Smart Art, this box will come, and we can edit the text by typing here. We can add some more things by clicking on this one. So one more bulleted form will come, or if we will click on the minus, that part will be deleted. Now we can beautify this chart by using the options which are available under the Smart Art design. So by clicking on the Smart Art, it will show that we can change the color of the Smart Art like this one. Also, we can rearrange these text. For example, if I want to bring Zoom first and then Microsoft Team and then Google Meet, I will use right to left pattern. So this way it will choose. And if we have changed the Smart Art, but we want to bring it to the original form, then we can click over here, that is the reset graph. So in this way, we can make the PowerPoint presentation very beautiful, very understandable for the student using the Smart Art method. So this was about the Smart Art. Now come to the next section, that is the to insert the tables. Again, I will insert the new slide, and I will change the layout to the blank. For inserting the table, we will go to the insert, and I will click on the table. There are the two ways of inserting the table. First is by choosing over here. So it is showing the 5 into 5, that is it has 5 rows and the 5 columns. If I will click over here, then a table will be inserted. So this one. So a table has been inserted like this one. The another way is, so let's first delete this table. So we will select this table and then we will click on delete. Again, I will go to the insert and I will click on the table. Then on the insert table, it is asking, a pop-up window will open and it will ask how many columns and the rows you want to add to your table. So number of the columns I want is 5, and in the same, if number of the rows is 4, so it will insert a table having the 5 columns and the 4 rows. So if we want to change this table design, so we can go to the table design and we can change its appearance. For example, this one, if I click on this one, uh, if I will change to this type, this one. So there are other options also like this one. If I want to shading, then I can do the shading of the entire table as well as one cell of the table. If I want to change the border types, for example, if I want to, that all the cell of the table should have the borders, then I will click on all the borders, and this way it will change. I can add the effects to the table also like this one. For example, it will appear this way. So in this way we can do many things with the our table, and we can decrease the width of the column by dragging the vertical line, and we can increase or decrease the width of the row by dragging the horizontal line. So in this way we can format if we have the format of our table. So in this way, if we write something over here, that is the, for instance, serial number, then the designation, then number. Hmm, number. Now there are the two columns which are extra. So I want to delete this one. What I will do, I will keep the cursor over here and I will go to the layout. And there is an option that is the delete. Click on this one. It will ask you whether you want to delete the columns or the rows. I want to delete the columns, so I will click on delete the columns. So again, I want to delete this one, so this will also delete the columns. In this way we can delete the extra columns and the rows which have been inserted in our table, or we can add the extra columns or the extra rows to our table like this one. So it is asking me insert below. It means one row will be inserted below below this row having the cursor. So it will insert another row. So in this way, we can do the addition and the deletion of the rows and the columns to the table. Regarding the formatting of the text, same options will be used as I have discussed in my first slide. So this was about the inserting the table. Now come to the section which is talking in which I will talk about how to insert the graphs. Again, I typed some data that I want to represent it by the means of the pie chart. For example, if we talk about this faculty training program, and then participants are research scholar, assistant professor, associate professor, and the professor, and their number is this one. So I want to represent this data by the means of the graph or the pie chart. Again, I will go to the insert and I will go to the chart. So in this chart, I want to represent this data in the form of the pie chart. So I will click on the 2D pie. When I will click on the 2D pie, an Excel sheet will open in which we are supposed to enter the data. This Excel sheet already will have some default data. So we have to edit this data. So I will delete this data and this one. I will write research scholar, then I will say assistant professor, professor, associate professor, with professor, and then we have professor. So then in the next one, we can increase the width of this one like this, and here I will type the number. Suppose there are the 10 research scholars, assistant professor 30, associate 15, professor 5. So you see that this data has been represented over here. So this is showing the number and the different types of the, just a minute. This one. Now it have the 4 compartments. So it is showing the number of the research scholar, assistant professor, associate professor, and the professors which are present in this faculty training program. Again, we can change this chart design and we can format this chart. So and for this one, if I will change the chart design from here, I can so it is showing the data in the form of the percentage, or I can convert it to the other type, or if I will go to the format, I can change the color of these different compartments. So we can change the pie chart according to our wish. And if I will go again now, first I have I inserted a pie chart, but I want to edit the data. Suppose there is in this data I have collected on the 5th day of the registration, but by the 10th day of the registration, if the number has changed, what I have to do? I need not to insert the pie chart again, but I can simply what I can do is that I can edit the data in the Excel. Now I can edit the data, or I can say that I can update the data according to the data received by me. So in this way, we can represent the data by the means of the chart. As being the teacher, we do so many of the surveys that is from the students, from the teachers. That surveys can also be presented in this form of the pie chart. In the similar manner, we can insert the histogram and we can insert the graph of the different type using the graph option of the Microsoft PowerPoint. So this is about the how we can insert the graph or the pie chart in our presentation, or how can we update the data in the pie chart. Now come to the next section. This is about how to insert the photo, 2D shapes and 3D models. So again, I will insert the table, insert the new slide, and this is and the layout which is coming on the slide will be the same layout which the previous slide will have. So let's see how we can insert the photo. Go to the insert. There are the different options by means of which we can insert the photo. Photo browser, it will show all the photos which are available in this system, and from there we can choose the photo of our choice, or we can insert the picture by the file name. We can insert the pictures online also by searching the pictures online. So I will show how to insert the picture from the file. We will click on this. So it is showing so many pictures are available. So if I want to insert this picture, so I have to locate the position of the image, then I will insert. So this image has come. Now it again we can the moment the image will come and we will click on the image, a picture format will open, panel will open, and this so many options will have. For example, if there is a white portion in this picture and I want to remove this, so that can be done by the means or by the cropping it. So I will crop this picture. I don't want this white area along with this photo. So this is about this heading. Then we can change the color of the picture from here. We can choose any color of our interest. We can add the artistic effects to this picture. We can increase the contrast of the picture. So there are so many options available for formatting the pictures. So this is about the inserting the pictures. Now let's see how we can insert the 2D shapes. Again, for inserting the 2D shapes, we will go to the insert and we will go to the shapes. And in the shapes, we see that there are so many shapes available. Although in the PowerPoint presentation, Smart Art is available, which is already giving us the ready-made organizational chart, flow chart and all. But if we want to create our own flow chart and other things, then we can use these shapes. How we can use these shapes? We will choose the shape and this plus sign will come. If I will drag this one and the shape will be inserted. Again, if I will click on the shape format will come, and in this panel so many options are available for editing this shape. For example, if I want to change the color of a filling color, then I can bring it to the yellow, or I can give a shadow reflection to this shape. This one I can also type something with this one by clicking on this one. For example, if I write over here hello, so this is the text is the white in color. I can choose this text, go to home, and then I will change the color of the text to the black so that it is visible. So in this way we can insert the shape within the PowerPoint presentation. Take another example also for inserting the shapes that we can add this one, the shapes, and in the we can do the formatting like this. There is the another option also available. If I want that these two shapes should not move, I will click on this. It is asking me to arrange. For example, I am there are overlapping images are there, and I want to bring this circle forward. So I will go to the arrange and I will bring it forward. Then our circle will appear first, and behind that our rectangle will appear. Or there are other options also. For example, if I want to move these two pictures, two shapes together, I will click on both. I will select both the shapes. I will go to the arrange. It will ask me to group. If I will group this one, then if I will move it, then both the pictures will, both the shapes will move together. So we can ourselves create some very beautiful things using the different shapes that are available in the shapes of the Microsoft PowerPoint. Now talk in the latest version of the Microsoft PowerPoint, it is giving the options to insert the 3D models. From here, so first insert the new slide. We will go to the home, we will insert the new slide, then we will go to the insert, and it will show the 3D models. And 3D models, it is showing the online 3D models which are available. So it is loading the 3D models, and by here we can use the 3D models. And this 3D model option is present, is available only in the latest version. So we can see the animated models over here. So if I want to insert, to click on this and then insert. So it is inserting 3D model over here. It is taking some time. So in this way, we can take, for example, if we are teaching biology and there are 3D models available of it. So let's see, this is the 3D model of them, of a 3D model of something, of some plant. So we can use the 3D models from here. And for example, if I want to insert this one, so I can use this one. So 3D models are available, and for studying some important things, we can use the 3D models which are available in the, let's see this one. We can use we can rotate this one, and this one we can see this way, and so we can do so many things with the 3D models. So now come to the next section, that is the inserting and the editing the video. In the Microsoft PowerPoint, we can insert and edit the video there itself. We need not to edit the video outside the Microsoft PowerPoint. So the latest version of the Microsoft PowerPoint is giving the option to edit the video within the Microsoft PowerPoint. So let's see how we can do this. So go to again, I will insert new slide. So it is showing the layout which was of the previous slide. I will change the layout to the blank. Now I will go to the insert, and from here I will edit the video. So again, for inserting the video, it is giving me the options movie browser. It will show all the, let's see this one. It will show all the videos which are available in the system. And let's see this one, it is loading the movies. So these are all videos are available within this system. And from the second option, that is the movie from the file, it let's see how it will work. So the file extension is the point mp4. So I will insert this one. So it will insert the movie. And the third option was that we can simply insert the movie by using their URL. So this is how we can insert the video, and if we click on the video, and there are two options will come. One is the video format and another one is the playback. In the video format we can apply the different types of the features like the subtle, moderate and intense. That is the how this window will appear. For example, if you want to show this one, so it is giving some 3D effect to it. We can add the border also to this one, and for this we can, for example, if I choose this border, I can increase or decrease the width of the border like this one, and I can do so many things with the video. And the another important thing is we can edit the video. For that we I have to go to the playback. In the playback it will show the trim video. Trim video, it means that instead of playing the entire video during my presentation, what I will do that I want to play only some part of this video. So I have to choose from where I have to say. For example, I want to play only this much part of the video. Then I will select these cursors blue and white, and the video outside these cursors will be removed, and we will click on the trim. Then we will click on the trim and we will play in the go to the presentation mode and click on the, and this video will be played. So you see that this video is playing only after the clicking on it, and it is coming only in the part, in some part of the presentation. So if we want to play it in the entire screen and we want to play it automatically, the slide will come, then we can do some changes to it. That we can do over here. That is that it is showing start in click. It means if the slide will come and we want to play the video, we will click the mouse. Otherwise what we can do automatically, it means, let's see how will it work. The moment the slide will come, the video will be playing automatically. So another thing that we can do is that we want to it is coming only this much part. If we want to play it in the full screen mode, then we will select this one. So again go to the presentation. Now it is playing in the full screen mode. So with the video part, what we can do, we can insert the video, we can edit the video, we can also edit its appearance, whether it will play in some part of the some part of the presentation, or it will play in the full screen mode, or it will, we can trim the video, which is very important feature that is available with the latest version of the Microsoft PowerPoint. So this is the part, this is the thing that we can do with the video inserting and the editing of the video in the PowerPoint presentation. Now come to the another very interesting feature of the PowerPoint, that is how to insert the hyperlink. Suppose I am presenting in front of you, and along with my presentation I want to open some document, I want to go to some website, or I want to go to the previous or the next slide of this presentation, then I will use the option that is the hyperlink. So let's see how will it work. So we can use the three types of the hyperlink as I have discussed earlier also. Hyperlink to a document, hyperlink to a site, or hyperlink to the slides. Let's see how we can insert the hyperlink. For example, for right, we right click here. So click here. So what I have to do, I have to first select this text and then I will go to the insert. It will give the option of the link inserting, and this is for the document. Then I have to search the document which I want to open along with this one. For example, if I will select this my CV, and then CV and this open, and then OK. Now one thing that we have to take into consideration, that this hyperlink will work only in the presentation mode. So I will go to the presentation mode. If I will click here, then the Word document will open simultaneously. It is opening the Word document. And the one important advantage of using this hyperlink is it, suppose we have a meeting about a document and there are the suggestions from the different members of the meeting. So we can edit the document there itself during the presentation. So it is taking some time in loading the Word. So in the meantime, we can see the another option. For example, it is not going back also. Just huh. And this Word document has been opened. So we can use this for updating a document during a meeting, depending on the suggestions of the members, or if we are making something after discussing in the classroom. So and then we can also update the document during the presentation time also. We can also insert the hyperlink. So for inserting the hyperlink, either we can use the text, we can use any shape, we can use any icon. For example, I have used the text. Now let's see how we can use any icon to open a site, or to give a hyperlink to any document or the slide. For example, I want to open the Google. So first I will insert the logo of the Google over here. Go to the insert and then picture. From the file, take the picture of the Google, then insert. So this is the and I will bring it in front of this one, and I will choose this image. I will go to the insert, and I will again go to the link, and I will type the URL google.com. So then okay, so if I will go to the presentation mode and I will click on this, immediately it will take me to the Google page. So for example, during my presentation I want to show something online to the students, then I can use the hyperlink of a site. Or if I want to go during my presentation, if I want to go to some of the slides which are present in the previously or which are present after this slide, then I can also do. So let's see, in this time we will use the shape. For example, if I will use a arrow, this one, and I will select again, go to the insert and then the link, and this time I want to give the hyperlink to the slide. It is asking me this document, so I want to open the first slide along with. Then I will click on OK, go to the presentation mode and then click on this. It will take you to the first slide of the presentation. So in this way we can insert the hyperlinks, and we can give the hyperlink to a document. Either it is a Word file, it is an Excel file, or it is a PDF, or we can give a hyperlink to the site, or we can give a hyperlink to the slides. That is if we want to open the slide previously or the next time, so we can do the we can insert the hyperlinks in this way. Now come to the important feature of the PowerPoint, that is the creating the animations. By using this option, that is we can create the simple animations using the PowerPoint. Let's see how will it work. So now go to the go to the home, then insert the new slide, change the layout to this one, that is the blank layout, and I want to make. So first I will insert, for example, I want to make an animation in which a butterfly is moving around a flowering plant. So first I will insert both the images. Either I can use the GIF image or the JPEG image, whichever I want, whichever we want. Then we go to the insert and we go to the picture from file. Then I will click on the just and so this is a rose flower, and then I want to insert sorry home, insert picture. I will insert a picture of the butterfly, though I am using the GIF, then we will insert. So the both the pictures has come. So now I want that this butterfly should move to around this flower. So what we can use? We can use the option that is the animation. As Dr. Shelly Anand has already discussed about the transitions. Transitions are the effects which are applicable to the slides, but the animations are applicable to the objects. That is the whichever the object are present in the PowerPoint presentation. In that we can use the animation. So let's see how we can do it. So there is some white area. I want to crop this one, and this for editing the picture I will go to the picture again. I will crop. So I will remove this white area like this one, and then I want that this butterfly should move around this flower. So I will click on this. I will go to the animations now. In the animation it is showing the path animation. It means that I want how I want this butterfly should move around this flower, either in the form of a circle. Let's see how it will move then. So I will click on the shape. So let you are seeing that it is moving over here. So I want that it should move around this. So I have to increase the path. So it is increasing the path. So we can see. So let's see how will it move. So and we see we are seeing we are watching that it is moving very fast. We want it that it should move very slowly. So what we can do, we will go when we will click on this path, that is the animation path. We will see that some duration is coming. If I will increase the duration, then how will this butterfly will start moving slowly around this flower. Again go to the presentation mode and enter. So we can see that it is moving very slowly around the flower. So we can by increasing the duration we can decrease or increase the speed of a moving object. So this is the one example of the animation. In the another example, let's see, and you see that in the presentation mode this is moving. When I click, then only it is moving around the flower. So what I can do, I can make a change that the moment the slide will come, the butterfly start moving around the flower. So I will select this one, and by clicking on this start, that it is showing with the previous or with the after, we will say that with the previous. It means the moment the slide will come, the butterfly will start moving around the flower. So in this way, we can make the animation using the PowerPoint. Let's see another example also. Uh, Again, go to the insert and then home, go to the new slide and we insert the blank slide. So again we have blank slide, we can insert and then again insert the pictures. For example, I want to make that a group of the butterflies moving together. So that we can also do with the help of this animation part of the Microsoft PowerPoint. And for example, what I will do, I will tilt it. I will copy it by clicking on Command C on the Mac and the Control C on the window, and I will paste another one. So you see that we have the two butterflies, we have three butterflies. Again we can increase the number of the butterfly, or and the another thing that we can do, that we want to change the shape of the butterflies, that is the size of the butterfly, that we can do with the help of this one. So if we will reduce this one, it will reduce the size of the images. So what we can do that by clicking on it and going to the animation, we will make the path for this one, and they will move together, and they will move like the group of the butterflies is moving together. This. So what I will do, I will click on one, and then I will go to the animation, and then I will select the path, and I will, it's asking me draw a line. So in this way I will draw a line. So you see that it is moving. Now in the similar manner, go to the another one and go to the path and draw a line. So again I will draw a line. So in this it is moving together. So I can do so many things, and in this one, if I start, it is showing me the option of that start with the uh, from here we can insert the animation pane. So in this way we can we can create the animations using the PowerPoint. So I have I showed the two examples of the animations, how we can use the animation part. The another thing which we can do with the PowerPoint is we can add the slides, we can delete the slides, or the number of the slides we can see here in the left hand side at the corner. You can see that it has the 21 slide. So if I want to delete this slide, I will, for example, if I want to delete this, I will select this one, I will go to the home, and I will, and this is showing that is the deleting this slide. And the another thing that I can do, I can insert the replica of the slide. It means I can copy this slide and insert. For example, if I say this one, and I will copy this one, and I will see, I will write command V. So the another slide will come, and again we can also copy the slide by using the icon that is the duplicate. So it in this way we can duplicate the slides, we can delete these slides, we can see the how many different number of the slides are available. And the another thing is that what we can do, for example, during the presentation, I want that I should have some notes over some important points to my presentation that I should remember. So that can be added over here. That is the click on the add notes. So at every slide, we can add the important notes of the of that particular slide. So this is all about the PowerPoint presentation that we can and you see that there are so many options are available in the PowerPoint presentation, and we can make our lectures more interesting and more understandable for the students by using the PowerPoints and the options available within it. And Dr. Shelly Anand has already discussed with you how we can create the audio video lectures using the PowerPoint. So for making the e-content or for the development of the e-content, the first part we should know is the how to make a beautiful PowerPoint presentation. So I tried my best to do the justification with my topic. With this, I say thanks to all of you. Any questions from the participants? Hello. Hello. Hello, Minu. Are you here? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Any question from participants?
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, I would like to request all the participants to please share your questions or queries if you are having related to the topic which ma'am has shared. Kindly please share your queries if there is any. Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. On behalf of NIET Greater Noida, I would like to thank Dr. Renu ma'am for sharing an informative lecture on this PowerPoint presentation, which is a very important tool, especially for teachers nowadays, present scenario like in online teaching. This lecture will definitely be very helpful for us to further enhance our teaching skills. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thanks to all and thanks to the organizers. If there are any questions, so please feel free to contact me. I will try my best to answer your questions.
Now, I request all the participants to please fill the feedback in the link provided in the chat box. And also, the next session will start at 2:30 p.m. So kindly please be there in the next session. Yes,
Hello,
ma'am.
Dr. Pratibha. There is a request to you. Please share the feedback with us. It will help us to improve our presentation in the subsequent programs, basically.
Sure, ma'am. I'll do it, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you so much, ma'am,
Thank
for
you.
providing your time.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you.